Welcome to The Current, your online show for the latest in culture, whether it's music, sports, technology. Here at The Current, we always aim to keep you informed on the latest trends. I'm your host, DJ Mog, and today we'll be talking to my good friend KB, who is a Reach Records recording artist set to release his first album, Weight and Glory, on July 17th. I just wanted to catch up with KB, talk to him about the album, the process of making it, and see what his future plans are. That's all coming up, so stay tuned and enjoy. On today's show, we have our very first guest, my man Kevin Elijah Burgess, otherwise known as KB. He's a recording artist for Reach Records. You've seen him on albums like Lecrae's Rehab, Triple E's The Good Life, and the Man Up album, but he is set to release his first album, Weight and Glory, July 17th. KB, congrats, man, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, and it's a privilege to be on here.
Well, before we start, what do you got going on there in the background? It looks like a boxing dummy or something like that.
Yes, that is my homie Bob, and I'm not going to turn around because he's very heavy. He's like 280 pounds, and I just like to have him out. So in the middle of the night, I walk out and use the bathroom, and if I see a man, I just respond, and it just gives me practice for in a real life situation. So I just like to slap him, punch him, stab him. Stuff like that. So now it's fun. I use him to work out with. So it's my homie Bob.
Now you're big into like boxing and stuff, right?
I am. I normally just do it. I'm doing it for the most part for conditioning and training, but I just love the science and the art of boxing, and I just love learning how to make the body move and pushing myself to limits with endurance, stuff like that. So yeah, boxing is dope.
Hey. Well, I like to box too, so we might have to get in the ring here sometime.
You might want to save yourself some trouble, bro.
Hey, I got the Manny Pacquiao genes. You better watch out.
That's all.
All right. Well, let's get to the album, Weight and Glory. After all the work that you've put into it, can you believe that it's finally here?
Yeah, man. It's a bit surreal seeing myself on the album cover, and knowing that all these albums are going to stores across the nation and maybe abroad. And I poured myself into it, and I understand that it was God at work in me, both the will and to do, and the creativity and inspiration. I just really am grateful for it, and I am privileged among men to be able to make an entire album, 14 songs, uplifting that whom has saved me and who rules the world, which is the Lord Jesus. So, yeah, this is good. I'm praying for impact. I'm a little overwhelmed right now with a lot of folks that are commenting on it. It's good comments, and I'm just happy that folks are feeling it. The reviews have been really good, and Tuesday's a big day, July 17th. So
good,
grateful.
Good. Now I know you've put together a couple mixtapes here and there and stuff, but what was it like to put together a whole album under a major label?
Right. Yeah, that was something that it took a while for me to get to a place where I could deliver something of that caliber. It's totally different from just getting some beats and putting some songs together with no real continuity, but just kind of just randomness. Looking at other brothers' albums, listening to albums from all different genres from front to back, and studying a student of my craft, and then going and addressing the album need as far as I was concerned. So from the brand briefing and coming up with the album title, it's been a lot of tedious parts to making this come together. But yeah, so it's been completely different, but it's been something that I believe by the Lord's grace that he's kind of made me ready for a time like this. So yes, indeed.
Yeah. Did you write all of the songs on the album, or how many did you write, if you did?
Yeah, I wrote pretty much everything. The other person a really good friend of mine. I've known her for a long time. Actually, before either one of us were known. I'm talking about Susie Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Her and I were good friends, and her and I tag teamed on probably like three or four joints on my album, and then I got a lot of features on there. I got a nice amount of features on there, and just had an overall. I had this team that would look at the overall project and say this should be taken out. Let's try putting some of this in. Let's try a different singer on this. I just went through a conveyor belt of people adding things. So I kind of started with the foundational part, but it's definitely been a community project. So yeah, yes and no. I wrote the whole thing.
Yeah, you were saying the first track, "Wait Music," has a girl named Jenny Norling from Sweden. How did that happen?
Well, I got a really good relationship with the engineer at Reach Records, Joseph Prolaunzi, and he is actually friends with Jenny. I think he discovered her on YouTube. I guess it's the season to get discovered on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah.
And they started kind of building, and he shared some of her stuff with me. She got a lot of like videos of her like playing the piano and writing,
Gotcha.
all different styles. She's just a beast. So Joseph made the connection and sent her the stuff that we sent it over what we wanted her to do, the direction we wanted her to go in. First take, nailed it.
That's awesome.
All the words on point. She wrote actually more to it. We couldn't use all of it. She wrote a verse as well. That was incredible, but we couldn't fit the verse on there. And then we came in and added strings and live instrumentation and choir, and then it came together like a perfect crab leg party because I love crab legs.
You do. Now that's like you're coming strong out the gates on that first track, huh?
I mean, I tried, and I think that's been kind of the impression of a lot of folks.
Now, you and I actually had a chance to collaborate together and do a little behind-the-scenes documentary that came out last week. What was that like for you to really just put yourself out there and share your story and just kind of introduce yourself to maybe people who hadn't heard of you before?
First of all, it was good. I got to work with Steven Spielberg's little cousin, Daniel Mom.
Thanks, you brother. Appreciate it.
And the Filipino version. And it was great, man. Like in the music, that's what I've wanted to do. I wanted to lay my heart bare before folks in a way where I'm not talking about stuff that that I'm not pointing them in directions that they should go in. I'm like bringing them in direction that I'm walking in.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think that the documentary gave me another opportunity to do that. And so I was excited to do it. It's been a lot of people hit me up and said that it's been impactful to them, not just a well put together film. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy seeing. I was reading a couple of the comments on there, and people were like, "I never would have purchased the album if I didn't see this film and everything." It's just like wild when you do something like that. You never really know what to expect.
Right. That's right.
Now, the Unashamed Tour was just announced for this fall. So what's kind of next for KB? You've got your album coming out, hitting the tour this fall. What's that look like for you?
So before the tour, there's Legacy Conference, and there's a bunch of spot dates sprinkled. And that's what I want to kind of put my focus on. I want to be all the way there that's what's next for me, with kind of spreading the heart of Weight and Glory, which I think is something that I'm not just kind of trying to promote my platform, but it is a gospel issue.
Mm-hmm.
I get to spread that for the next couple of months. I want to be all the way there and think about and focus on those things. So that's what's for me next. And then after that is the Unashamed Tour, which is coast to coast, and all the fellas coming together and putting on this major production. And that's going to be, I think, probably one of the most epic tours of all time. Something like that. But we'll see. But yeah, so I'm just excited. And then, a lot of things in the work for next year. And my wife is fully supportive of everything and just encouraged by how she's serving me as my road manager. And
cool.
And I'm just excited. This is exciting times.
Very cool. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. Tuesday, July 17th. Make sure you get your copy. Weight and Glory. It definitely will not disappoint. And best to see you, man. Good luck with your the tour this fall, and hopefully we'll get you back on the show soon.
Yes, indeed. God bless you, man.
All right, man.
Thank you so much for watching the very first episode of The Current. I hope you got a little bit more insight on what it's like to make a feature album. If you're on Twitter, you can follow me at DJMog.
If you have any ideas, topics, or people you think I should interview, you can hit me up on there. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.